Hello students, today's discussing topic is solenoid and magnetic field intensity inside and outside produced by electric current I through the solenoid. Okay. That there may be a question in your mind, what is solenoid? Solenoid is a long coil containing a large number of circular turns closed very close to each other of insulated copper wire in a shape of cylinder. Okay. Then what is the use of solenoid? Solenoid is used to make temporary and permanent magnet. If we insert soft iron inside a solenoid, it makes a temporary magnet which is used to make doorbell, call bell, and is used to crane to lift heavy bodies. And when insert steel, chrome, etc. inside a solenoid, it makes a permanent magnet which is used in speakers, microphones, etc. You also might have seen MRI machines which is used in medical field. It is also based on solenoid principle. So, it is very interesting and useful to know it. So, students, let us continue. Magnetic field intensity due to a solenoid okay. Then what is solenoid? Solenoid magnetic field intensity due to a solenoid. What is solenoid? Solenoid is a large coil containing a large number of very closed circular turns of an insulated copper wire in the shape of a cylinder. Okay. Solenoid is a large coil containing a large number of very closed circular turns of an insulated copper wire in the shape of a cylinder. Okay. Suppose this is a solenoid. Why? it is insulated because of, if we produce this current I, then if it is not insulated, then it is treated as conducting material, complete straight forward, and current is passing through this way, straight way. So, to move electric current in circular way, we need to insulate it. So, turn is insulated. Okay. Now we erase it. Now, second concept which you should know it, the concept of uniform magnetic field. Okay. For this purpose, we consider one of the circular turn. This is one of the circular turn. If some amount of current, that is I ampere, is flowing through this wire, this loop, then we know that the magnetic field configuration is this. I ampere, magnetic field configuration is this way. What we observe here, the near the center, this is O, the part of magnetic field lines follow a straight line, and thereafter it moves around. So, if we consider another circular loop near this loop, then what happens? This loop this loop is as such this. Focus here. What happens? What we observe here? This is slightly diverged. When this curve is nearest to this curve, this turns, then what happens? This is one loop and this is another loop very close to this loop. Then what happens? This loop, this is this. This, then this. So, here there are a large number of circular turns. So, these magnetic field lines inside a solenoid continues to follow as a straight forward. This is a straight line, this straight line. So these magnetic field lines continues to directed this way, that is parallel of this axis. Suppose this is axis, then B, this B is parallel to this very axis. This is B, this is B, this is B, this is B. Then we say here this B is uniform magnetic field okay. This is the concept of uniform magnetic field. So we have learnt well what is the concept of magnetic field when it is treated as uniform. Okay. Now we make solenoid here okay. This is solenoid and we turn tightly this solenoid, this turns around a dielectric. This dielectric may be in any type, this is plastic, wooden parts and etc. And some parameters we note here. The radius of this solenoid is R. Radius is equal to R. Total length is equal to L. Turn density is equal to N. Current flowing is equal to I. This is the parameter which you know. Okay. Now a fact is turn density. What is turn density? turn density is number of turns per unit length, number of turns per unit length. Okay, this is small n. Suppose there exists the entire length is L. So, total number of turns for L length is equal to n multiplied by L, and the total current is equal to n I L. Okay. This is the total current. Please note down. Okay. Now, we have to derive an expression for magnetic field intensity, that is B. What is the amount and direction of B? What should I do? Very simple, use Ampere's circuital law. What Ampere's circuital law states that? Ampere's circuital law states that closed line integral of magnetic field intensity is equal to permeability, absolute permeability times of net electric current that is enclosed. This is Ampere's circuital law. With the help of this law, we derive its intensity. Okay. Then we know that we have to draw an Amperian loop, which Ampere says. This Ampere loop may be any shape, but for convenient our expression to derive it well and easily, we may consider it theta, that is the theta between magnetic field intensity and dl vector should be symmetrical. Previously, just when we derive its magnitude, this is equal to closed line integral B dot dl is equal to closed integral B dl cosine of theta, where theta is an angle between B vector as well as dl vector. So, we should consider this angle, this is theta, and it should be symmetrical, then our expression should be easily determined. Okay. For this purpose, we draw a rectangular Amperian loop as such. This is a rectangular Amperian loop. Amperian loop. Here we write it A, B, C and D. This is D. Okay. Now, we apply Amperian law on closed integral part of loop, closed loop. This is closed loop A, B, C, D. A, B, C, D, B vector dot dl vector. This is equal to mu naught times of net current. What is amount of current here? This is current N I L. This is first equation. Okay. Now, here we see here this is a part, total part of this loop AB, B to C, C to D and D to A, this part, this trajectory, this trajectory, this trajectory. Okay. Then we split it into 4 parts, which is as integration, closed integration A, B, C, D, B dot dl is equal to closed integration, this is A to B, B dot dl plus B to C, B to C, B dot dl plus C to D, B dot dl plus closed integration B dot dl and lower limit is D, upper limit is A. This is as such. Okay. Now, for this part, we consider here magnetic field, permeability is equal to, this is permeability in free space, is equal to mu naught. Okay. Now, here this is closed integration A, B, C, D, B dot dl is equal to this B dot dl, which is written as A to B, B dl cosine of theta plus B to C B dl cosine of theta plus C to D B dl cosine of theta plus D to A B dl cosine of theta. Now we depend totally on the value of theta. Okay. For this path AB, what we see here? The direction of B and direction of dl. This is parallel and along. So here theta is 0 and theta is 0, then cos theta is equal to 1. So here the value is this B dl. Okay. Now here B to C, we observe here this is 90 degree, then the direction of B and dl is perpendicular. So theta must be 90 and cos theta is equal to cos 90 is equal to 0 and 0 is multiplied by something is equal to 0. So this value should be 0. Okay. And now this C to D, this part is very away from this solenoid. So here there exists feeble magnetic field which can be ignored at all. So we consider approx 0, that means 0 here. And for this loop D to A, here also there exists same condition. This is 90 degree and cos 90 is equal to 0. So this must be 0. Now exactly this expression is equal to closed integral B dl. Okay. And this is A B C D vector B dot dl vector, and this, and what is the value next? This value B, because this is uniform for this inside the solenoid. We have taught earlier previously. B is taken as out of integration and integration of this is dl. Okay. Now this expression seems like this: closed integration A B C D line integral of magnetic field intensity is equal to B closed integration dl is equal to B, this is L. Okay. And this is equation of second. With the help of equation first and second, we get this is, with the help of from equation first and second, we get closed integration, or this is B L is equal to mu naught times of N I L, and L is cancelled out. So, finally, B is equal to mu naught times of N I. This is the resultant of, this is the final value of magnetic field intensity. What we observe here? Magnetic field intensity depends the turn density. If turn density is maximum, then the B should be maximum. B increase if N increase. B decreases where N decreases. So, these turns is taken very close to each other, that is why. Okay. This expression you should memorize well, because this is very helpful to use further. So, students, I hope this video is helpful to you. Although if you feel some doubt, then comments, I will try to clear your concept next time very well. Okay, thanks you a lot.